Welcome everybody, welcome back to Homestead Heart, and today I am outside getting ready to prepare my onion beds for planting. I'm actually glad I didn't plant them a couple of days ago, because had I done that, we had temperatures down to 28 degrees. Oh, that was a bit rough. So I am going to go ahead now and get my beds prepared for planting, and I'm going to tell you what I am going to be using. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, you all, so in all of my onion beds, I am going to be prepping them with some peat moss, and then of course my favorite the black cow composted manure. I love that stuff. I just love that stuff. Anywho, I am going to be using in each bed some peat moss and some black cow manure. Now for this bed is about 4 feet wide, 8 inches long. So what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to be putting down a quarter of this bale of peat moss. This one bale is going to do 4 beds for me, but I'm going to be using anywhere from 2 to 3 bags of the black cow. I'm just kind of topping it off. Our beds have composted down really good because we did not plant in most of them, the majority of them, in 2020 at all. Okay, so they've done a good job of composting down. We filled the beds up with wood chips and all of that, and they have broken down so well. As you could see, let me show you this real quick. Look at that. This is what our beds look like. So they look fantastic. They look fantastic. You can hardly even see the wood chips in them anymore. They look fantastic. The wood chips sat an entire year without being touched. So fantastic. Now, because we did load the beds up with wood chips last spring, but we didn't plant in them. So this spring makes full year. So now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is open up my peat moss. And like I said, I'm only doing a quarter of this bag in this bed because it doesn't need a lot of it because of how rich the bed already is. But I'm going to also work in some black cow manure. So let me go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull out my blade. And I'm just going to cut open this bag, maybe a quarter of the way. Yeah, all the way around. All the way around. All right, so now that I've done my quarter, I'm going to take off this plastic here. I'm going to break off this bit. All right, now that I got that done, I'm going to move this bag over to the next bed. I'm not going to put it on the ground. I don't want to lose any peat moss. I'm just going to slide it over to the next bed. All right, now I'm just going to spread this out a bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and open my black cow. And I'm just going to spread this out everywhere. I want every last drop. every last drop. I'm just going to spread this over. Nothing perfect. Just kind of mixing it in with the peach. Here we go. So now you all, I'm going to get my pitchfork and I'm going to show you how easy it is to just work that in with no problems. Now I am just simply going to smooth it over. Okay, now that I have my bed all smoothed out and smoothed over, I'm going to go ahead and add some fertilizer to it. And y'all know what my fertilizers, what are they? Bud, you got my fertilizer? I found them. So you already know my fertilizers of choice is blood meal, bone meal. Same old, same old. So I'm going to go ahead and open my fertilizers. Now this is for onion. So when it comes to the blood meal, I'm not going to put a lot of blood meal in. I'm going to put more bone meal than blood meal because I want to promote the root growth, right? The roots, the root crop. So I'm going to sprinkle. I don't want to put my hand in it. Put my gloves back on. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of this over the bed. Ladies, now I'm going to put down some bone meal. Okay, now I'm just going to scratch that in a bit. All right, so the bed now is all ready for planting. And as you can see, it's not perfectly smooth and all of that, you know what I'm saying? It's mixed in. This bed is loaded with organic matter. So it's not going to be just like perfectly smooth. I got all kind of stuff in here, right, bud? All kinds of things are in here. And so that's just going to make for a healthier bed. That's all. So what I'm going to do now is grab my onions, and I'm going to go ahead now and start getting them planted. Let's get to it. Okay, so what I'm doing is that I'm using this board. This board is 4 inches wide. It could be whatever length, but it's 4 inches wide. And I wanted to use something to make sure that I had at least my spacing row width as correct as possible. So, because I'm going to be planting down in this trench right here with the onion, so this is about 1 inch. This board is about, this is 4 inches. So then I'm going to add over here. So this is going to give me about 5 to 6 inches of a width between my rows. So this is what I'm using to make it easy to make my rows. And then I'm just going to pick this up and I'm going to move it. I'll start down here. There we go. I'm just going to make me another row. Oh, and this is just an old handle from my garden rake that broke off. So it's just an old handle that I knew that I could use for planting, so I kept it. And it definitely helps. And you can do this however you want. Everybody has a way of doing things. So you do whatever is easiest for you. Or whatever works for you. All right, so I got the beds done. That didn't take long. Now I'm going to start planting my onions. I'm going to start with the white onions and put them in this bed. So hopefully I can get these done super quick. Got to pull off the gloves. I'm going to be planting these onions about 5 inches apart, because I do want to get a nice size onion, so about 5 inches apart. I'm planting the big bulbs first. I want to get all of them planted. All right, y'all, look. The soil is so soft and so fluffed up, I'm telling you, that in the trench for me, is a good idea, because when I mash down, I'm just mashing down to remove any air pockets from the soil, and you see how far down my hand goes. So I can literally sit my onion plant right on top of that, and then just bring the dirt in around the sides, and then mash that down around, right? And that's it. So it's a good idea for planting onions, carrots, root crops, period, to add in a little bit of peat and some really good compost, because that does make a really big difference. And again, I could just sit that right on top and then bring dirt in around it and just mash it down. And it's there, it's gonna hold. So I just mash the dirt around it, and that's it. See how far down my hand just went? It just went down so far. So now I can just sit that right on top. I don't have to dig a hole. I'm already in a trench. So I could just pull some dirt from the top of the trench down to the onion, all around it, and then pack it in. And that is so easy for me to do. Last two. All right, y'all. So all of the Texas early whites have been planted, and I have gotten the label put in, and so far so good. Yeah. I don't know how many we got. We probably got over 100 or so onions just in this bed alone. No, don't you jump up here. So we probably got about 100 or so onions in this bed alone. And all I'm going to do now is where my trenches are, I'm just going to come back and just kind of smooth that dirt out a bit. That's all. Just smooth it out, because it's going to settle. Because of the peat moss, it's going to settle, right? So I'm going to go ahead now and get this watered in. And I have so many onions to finish planting. Okay, so all right, y'all, that's gonna do it for today. I just wanted to show you how I am planting out my onions. I don't think you want to watch me plant the other several hundred. I'm gonna do them all the same way. Yes, I am. So that is gonna do it for today. I gotta get my other beds prepped. I know I'm probably not going to get them all planted today, because I do have to compete with the time I have left before the sun goes down. So I'm going to be out here for as long as I can. But I'm going to stop this video and get to planting. I still have my red creoles to plant. I still have my yellow onions to plant. I got a lot of onions to plant. Y'all seen all them onions I got to plant. So I'm going to save my little bunching onions right here, and I'm going to take those down to my salad bowl once I get the fertilizer added to that, and then I'm going to start bunching those in as well. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for today. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video that we upload to our channel. Thank you so much for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you, and I'm going to see you in the next video.